Good morning, everyone. This is Kosala, also known as Marventus, and welcome to yet another episode on Marv TV. We're taking a look at Diablo 3 today once again, and we're specifically taking a look at the Diablo 3 beta test announcement. Now, as I'm sure everybody's aware, the beta was already announced quite a while ago. We don't know when it's going to start. We think it's going to be September. So because we have preconceptions regarding betas, as indeed one should, right, yeah, let's take a look at what we're actually planning on getting in the beta. First of all, we do feel that the beta is going to be short, is what I'm thinking, is because everything we've heard so far tends to lean towards the fact that Diablo 3 is going to be coming out in time for Christmas shopping. If the beta is not going to happen until September, it would have to be short to get things out into stores in time. So I'm assuming that it'll probably start in September and end in September. And the information we have on Diablo 3's website says pretty much the same thing. So let's see what we can expect. There's going to be an initial meeting with Mr. Deckard Cain himself. You remember Deckard Cain from the earlier Diablo games. He's the old guy that likes to talk a lot and does your identifying of magic items for free after a while. Now you get to start with him. He will immerse you in the lore. There'll be a little initial foray into what you'll be able to do. And what you'll be able to do is walk into Tristram Cathedral and run through that particular zone and finish up with the Skeleton King Leoric and killing him at the end of it, as far as we're able to see. Now that means this beta is going to be limited to one zone. We're not going to be able to play all over the damn world. We are actually going to just limit ourselves to one zone. Interesting choice. It does tend to match well with the fact that the beta is going to be quite short time period. At the same time, there's going to be a million people covering the Diablo 3 beta. Naturally, the coolest stuff is going to happen right here on Marv TV, but we do know that there are other YouTubers out there. There's lots of people who are going to be doing some great work. And as a result of that, they probably don't want everybody blowing the whistle on what Diablo 3 is about before it even comes out. So one zone, Tristram Cathedral, one boss, King Leoric himself. Now, who are you going to be able to play? Thankfully, you'll be able to play every single individual character. All 5 types are going to be available in the beta, which is interesting. So the question is, which one will I play? Now, as I mentioned in my Witch Doctor overview from back in the day, I love the Witch Doctor class. And because I love the Witch Doctor class, I'm going to play him first, which means I'm not going to touch him in the beta, because I want that game experience to come out of the commercial package in the full extent of the content. So I think I'll probably wind up playing either a monk or a barbarian class. Maybe I'll fly through all the different classes except for the Witch Doctor to get a handle on what it's all about. We'll know fairly soon. Assuming, of course, that I get into the beta. And I'm jumping the gun a little bit here because, let's face it, nobody has invited Marv. Nobody has. Well, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to get access to the beta on the channel, and hopefully I'll be able to take you guys through it. I have signed up for the beta. In case you don't know how to sign up for the beta, all you need to do is log into your Battle.net account, go into the beta testing zone that you will have access to, and sign up for being interested in betas of Blizzard games, and they will invite you if they invite you. And I'm in no more privileged state than that. I'm also going to be dependent on them actually inviting me. I'm hoping that on the one hand, I'm hoping that I get the invitation so I can get this great coverage out to you guys. On the other hand, I'm sort of thinking, let's just wait until the commercial version comes out and experience it from scratch anew. I'll just have to make a decision if I actually get invited to the beta. But anyway, starting out with Deckard Cain into the Tristram Cathedral, killing King Leoric, and you're able to choose any one of the 5 classes. Now, whilst all this is going on, you will also have access to artisans and followers during the beta test. This is very, very good news. And there has been previous coverage that I did on the artisans. I have actually not done any coverage on followers, but it will be upcoming. And artisans are your crafters. Followers are your uncontrollable sidekicks that just tag along and nuke at things from time to time. There'll be access to both the artisans and the followers. So if you get access to the beta, you'll be able to test out those mechanics as well. That looks pretty damn excellent. Now, the beta is randomized. One thing I really enjoyed about Diablo in the early days is that the maps were actually randomized. There was not a standard map. And the beta test is the same thing. It's going to be a randomized experience. So you'll be able to play the beta, and if you get into it, as many times as you like, and it'll be a slightly different experience each time. which is always great. Treasure will abound, upgrades will be available, and you will also be able to combine different skills, weapons, armors, and enhancements. So it looks like the full Diablo 3 mechanics will be available in the beta testing, which does make sense. I'm assuming it'll be very much similar to how World of Warcraft was tested, where you're able to commentate as a tester as you go along and experience the content directly to Blizzard, and at what the experience looks like. I think it should be an interesting experience to watch. Actually, I like the way Blizzard have set this up, because it does give them the ability to do a proper in-depth beta testing of all the mechanics and all the little details, while at the same time it is in no way messing with the overall quality of the game or giving away too much about the game before the actual commercial content, the actual full game comes out. Really quite the genial idea. So very, 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 very nice thinking there from them. Now, aside from the beta test announcement, there was also the auction house. Now, this is interesting. Auction house, I say auction house, well, this is a curious concept. Why is there an auction house? This is not just for the beta, this is for the game in general. So, Blizzard are allowing you, and this is going to really get in there and make a complete and utter mess out of the illegal trading market for gold and items. They are allowing you to put items you do not need up for auction for game money or, wait for it, real money. You can put the item up on auction and you can choose whether you want to be paid in game gold or real gold. Or not real gold, of course you don't actually have gold, but real cash. So you're actually able to use the in-game auction house to sell your products or your items that you don't need, that you find, for actual real world money. Well, there you have it. I mean, this is a bold move. This is a bold move. Blizzard have been doing some very, very small experimenting in real money items through World of Warcraft. This is a significant step beyond what they have done before. It's a very, very interesting concept. I can't for the life of me imagine if this is going to work or not, but considering the fact that the illegal market for these items and gold is just so extraordinarily high, clearly it's a very good way to combat piracy of this kind. A very, very good way to combat it, while at the same time reaping the rewards as an organization themselves monetarily. And I can imagine that there will be people doing it, but will there be a lot of people doing it? And let's face it, the important question is, will I do it? And you know what? I think I will give it a go. I'm not a believer in using real-world money to buy game items, because I think that's just silly. It's just silly. It's a game. You're not going to spend money on pixels. It's nonsense. Right, so I'm not going to buy anything for real money. But based on this concept, will I then sell anything for real money? I'm going to toss a couple of items up there, and I'm going to see how I feel about it if and when it sells. Right, and then I'm actually going to do an in-depth look at the auction house when the game comes out, because this is just very novel. This is entering into an area that's either going to be a major disaster for the gaming industry, or it's going to be such a massive success that we're going to be looking at more and more free-to-play games that are financed in this sort of way. Now, Diablo, of course, is not free-to-play, but rather incredibly, the Age of Conan, which I covered ages ago, but that video is actually missing from my archive, and I'll probably need to re-upload it. Age of Conan, which used to cost a fortune to play every month, has actually gone free to play, and by all accounts, they're actually making a hell of a lot more money ever since they went free to play. There's a clear commercial model in the concept for in-game exchanges of real money ideas for companies. How will this go? We don't know. I don't imagine this is going to completely make a mess out of Diablo, because they were smart enough to include the normal in-game gold exchanges as well. But we'll just have to wait and see how this winds up working out. And as the game comes out and I progress down my testing, I will keep you all updated. Until then, remember to comment down below. Tell me what your views on the beta might be. Do you like the fact that it's limited? Do you like the fact that it's not? Tell me all about it. What are your thoughts on this auction house and the real money business? Let me hear your views, and let's get a good discussion going on it. Until then, have a lovely day. Ta-ta for now.